Hi guys, so we're going to be drawing a Jersey cow today. We're going to start with our brown coloured pencil that we have for sketching. You've got to make sure that it's nice and sharp as well. Then we've got our three types of paintbrushes, our smallest for the fine details, got our medium sized, and our biggest for blocking in our main colour. Then we have our watercolours. Yours might look a little bit different to mine, but we should have the same colours. Then this big area is where we'll mix our colours. And lastly we have our water, and you don't need too much water in there, not like if we were using acrylic paint. And then we have our rubber pencil and our sharpener. Let's get started. We're going to start like any other drawings, lightly drawing in our basic shapes like the circles of the face, the nose and the shoulders. The reason we're sketching in brown and not grey pencil is because when we watercolour over the top, we don't want the pencil and watercolour to merge in together and look all grey and make our colours look less bright. So using a colour makes the colour from the paints stay nice and bright. So, first question about our Jersey cow. Does anyone know what colour a Jersey cow is? I'll give you a clue. They're not black and white. And the answer is fawn, which is a shade of brown. Anyone know that one? So Jersey cows can be found in the UK, where we live, but does anyone know any other countries that you might find a Jersey cow? Can you guess any other countries at all? So on my list here, of all the countries you could have guessed, I have India, South America, USA, Australia, and New Zealand. Now, we're going to take our rubber and gently erase our coloured pencil. We do this before painting so that the brown doesn't mix with our watercolour too much, otherwise it might look a bit muddy. So next, take your largest paintbrush and find the lightest colour on your Jersey cow photograph, which we call our reference. Mine is sort of an orangey brown colour. So making sure I have a lot of water on my brush, I'm going to mix my colour and paint it all over my cow as a base layer. Watercolouring is all about layering and patience, which means you have to do a lot of waiting. Also, when mixing our colours, be careful how much of one colour you add. With dark colours like red, you don't want too much, as your colour is going to look too red. Instead, only mix a little bit, depending on what colour you're mixing. See how lightly I'm painting? You barely need any paint on your brush. Now we're going to take our medium-sized brush and add our other colours, beginning to shade. Did you know there are more than 800 different breeds of cow in the whole world? So a Jersey cow usually produces about 5,000 kilograms of milk per year. Can anyone work out how many kilograms that is in an average cow's lifetime? I wonder if you can think of the maths of how to do that. So, Jersey cows can produce around 200,000 kilograms in their lifetimes. That is a lot of milk. So remember, when you want to blend watercolours, all you have to do is wash your brush, add some water to the brush, but not too much, And in circular motions, move your brush between the two colours to blend them together. When mixing our colours, we want to think about the colour wheel. While sometimes it's good to add black to shade things, colours look a lot nicer when we use different colours to shade. For example, adding warm colours, like red or yellow, makes your shading look brighter and sunnier than if you added cool colours, like blue or green. When adding our warm shades, we want to paint where we think the sunlight would touch the cow, or whatever we might be drawing. When using our cool shades, we need to think about where the sun would not be, like where the side of the head faces away, or where the legs are tucked behind. We also want to think about adding texture, so I'm occasionally using little short strokes to add in the cow's fur. Now, a well-known fact about cows is that they have 4 stomachs. Well, actually, they only have 1 stomach, but they have 4 different chambers inside that stomach. So, there you go. Now you know the real answer. You can show off when anyone asks you. Did you know that if you count the number of rings on a cow's horns, it tells you their age? Now, I didn't know that one. So, how old is your cow going to be that you draw? I haven't got horns on my cow, but I think I'd make mine 7 years old. Now, if dogs are canines and cats are felines, do you know what cows are? I'll let you think about that one. So dogs are canines, cats are felines, cows are in the family called bovines, along with other animals like buffalo and bison, found in Africa. Now, a good thing to do sometimes on a separate piece of paper is to paint little squares of your watercolour to test the colours that you make so that you know what they look like. When watercolour dries, it can sometimes change colour a little, so this helps determine the right colour. Now, be careful, especially when mixing cool colours, because they are very pigmented. This means that they have a lot of colour in them, so you only need to mix a little tiny bit of them in with your main colour, otherwise it will change your colour very drastically. So I'm now going to add those cool colours to the shadows hidden by the sun, which was on the side of the face and near the back of the legs. So remember to always work from light to dark, even with your shading. See, I start quite light with my shading, but I eventually add darker layers. So now, using the same cool colour that I mixed, I'm going to add my cow's grey nose and its hair on top of its head, and also quickly add in the hooves. So another did you know? Did you know Jersey cows don't sweat? Well, at least they wouldn't need to change their tops after a run. If they wore tops, that is. So now I'm mixing a dark brown mixed with a little cool blue for the tail fur and to darken its nose and its eyes. So, as I mentioned before, Jersey cows are usually fawn coloured, but they can also come in a very dark brown colour called mulberry. But as you can already see, our cow is going to be fawn. Now, because our cow does actually have black eyes and a black nose, I'm going to mix a black with the colours that I have. So, mixing red and dark blue first to make... Do you know? What does red and blue make? Purple. I then add dark brown, and my colour turns into a grey looking mixture. And I'll use this to add in the last dark details of our Jersey cow, using my smallest brush. So if female cows are called cows, does anyone know what a male cow is called? I'll give you a clue, they've got really, really big horns. A male cow is called a bull. Now there is one colour that a cow cannot see, like being colourblind, but with only one colour. Does anyone know what that colour might be? So the answer is red. Cows cannot see the colour red. So there we have it. Our Jersey cow is all finished. Just one little extra tip. If you accidentally splash a bit of colour somewhere on the page, don't fret. Make sure your brush is extremely wet and clean, and with your brush, wash a lot of water onto the paint stain. It should turn into a puddle. Then with your finger or a dry cloth, dab the puddle to get the water away. Don't wipe at it because it might affect your painting. So, thank you guys for watching. I can't wait to hear about your own paintings in watercolour. Also, if you'd like more of these videos, please do suggest some hardworking animals and subscribe. Bye for now!